Good morning. Good morning. How are you? So, if you were there last night and you heard us talking about the futures and the levels of the market and how we got to the all-time high VWAP yesterday, there should be some resistance. Resistance did show up, and you got that little sell-off going on this morning. But more importantly, let me show you the Google. And the plan was to fade the Google. So look at this, my friends. You see the red lines that we drew last night? And then you wake up in the morning and the VWAP tells you whether to be short or long, right? So I just got up around 7:15. It already had broke VWAP and already tested the levels from where we came. Remember, those were from last night. Went to the same price. The red lines we drew last night. There it is. Then it goes back to VWAP, can't break it, and rolls. That's your chance to short it using the VWAP as your stop. Gets back to that level where you cover half, and now you're back to the same price that you hit yesterday where you want to cover another third, and now your day's over. And that's how you trade. And now, as a day trader who's just trying to make a day's pay and make a living, that's it. Now you can choose whether or not you want to continue to trade. Now I would stay short right now because now that you're breaking this spot, you're probably going to go searching down for the 67. And then if that breaks, then you got the 65.72 area. But now you can't lose on the trade. So even if you just did 300 shares, you covered 100 here and 100 here, now you've got that last 100. Or maybe you covered 50 here, 150 here, you can't lose. You can't lose. As long as you take money off the table, you can't lose now. And that's how you stay in the business, and that's how you trade. You're not going to hit grand slams, but that last lot, right? Let's say it plummets 7 points now. At least you have that last lot now to work with. And you could put your stop here, or we don't use stops anymore. But when it goes back to those prices, you press the button. You don't need to broadcast to the matrix where you're getting out. And then as Google's going, this is what Solid was talking about last night on the Qs. So last night we were talking about how, we were breaking out. There was an algorithmic buy program yesterday, it continued into the aftermarket. He had a little sell off. This is what we were looking at last night. And then it rallied, right, to about midnight. And if you're looking at the futures, it's the same kind of thing, right? There it is. And then just chopping around all night, there's the attempt to get over VWAP at 615. And then you got your little roll. And you're right back to where my man said we'd probably look to open today. So what we're looking for is a dip. And if that dip gets bought, we'll be back into the uptrend. So that's one trade. And, some of the earnings reports that are interesting this morning are Schlumberger, SLB. Keep an eye on that. Getting smacked right now. We'll look at that in a second. Schlumberger as well as PSX. Again, I never look at these stocks really too much to trade, but when they report earnings, Colgate's like trading Coke. Nobody looks at Colgate. Chopping around so far, but when the market opens and there starts to get more volume, that's when you start looking at the setups. And that's about it. So, watching UVXY, it's green on a Friday. That's bearish. And remember, it's 7:54 in the morning. By the time you watch this video, all that could be different. And then an hour from now, it could be different again. That's the market we're in right now. So you take the money and you run. So Google, short's still on. And the short would be still on until 68.50. and I'll see you in the live room. And if you've already done this trade, have a great weekend. I'm sure there'll be more to do today. We haven't had a boring day in months. So, all right. See you soon.